In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, I would like to welcome all of you of today's lesson, which is going to be about Unit 6, Pronunciation. Let's see the objectives of today's lesson. Today, inshallah, we will differentiate between content, function, words. Also, we will differentiate between words and sentence stress. Sentence stress. As usual, we'll start by revising the previous one. Okay, the previous lesson. Do you remember the listening one here we talked about? And we said that you need to guess first, okay, and give your opinion about this listening here I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are going to listen to the radio segment about hikers requiring rescue on Mount Hood in Oregon in the USA. Answer true or false. Okay, so we will start now, and while you listen to the audio, I will put the answer on the board here on the screen, of course, as goes with the audio itself. Okay, let's start listening, please.
5. Listening. Listen to the radio segment about hikers requiring rescue on Mount Hood in Oregon in the U.S. Answer true or false.
Mount Hood is the highest mountain in Oregon, a state in the western United States. At 3,400 meters, it is an irresistible draw to hikers looking for a challenge. Inevitably, some of these hikers run into trouble. Each year, 25 to 50 people have accidents or get lost on Mount Hood and require rescue. Although most of these are understandable accidents, a few result from reckless risk-taking. In one recent case, 3 experienced climbers went hiking in the middle of a snowstorm in December with minimal gear. Most hikers climb Mount Hood in May or June when the weather conditions are favorable. But in December, the mountain is covered in snow and ice. Winds up to 135 kilometers per hour whip the snow around, making it difficult to see. Temperatures can drop below freezing. As one rescue worker put it, what were they thinking? They were just asking for it. There is growing frustration in the community towards such risk-takers and the danger they put the rescuers in. During a rescue a few years ago, a helicopter full of rescue workers crashed, and the rescue workers narrowly escaped being killed. Linda Carl, who lives in the Mount Hood area, asks, if someone made a poor decision, why should rescue teams have to risk their lives to save them? Why are people tempted to take unnecessary risks and do things that aren't right if they know that they can get into trouble? Most of the Mount Hood rescue workers are either volunteers or part of the local sheriff's department. There is no charge for these rescues. It is the taxpayers who pay the bill. Some have begun to suggest that people who take irresponsible risks and require rescue should be charged for the rescue. They feel it is only fair that costs for things like damaged helicopters and medical care for rescuers be paid for by the people who took the risks. What would you do if you were the local sheriff at Mount Hood?
Very good. Now, what would you do if you were one of the rescue workers there on Mount Hood? And as I said earlier, you could use some of the sentences or phrases that you could use when you want to express opinion. Okay, very good. Now let's start our lesson today, which is going to be about pronunciation. Okay, and actually today, inshallah, we will talk about stress. We talk about stress. Now, can you read this sentence here? John has been working all night. John has been working all night. Very good. Now, can you see how do I pronounce these words? John has been working all night. Very good. So here, as you can see, I am stressing on certain words or some specific words. Look, John has been working all night. Very good. Now, look at this sentence now, the second one. John works all night. John works all night. Okay? What is the difference between these two sentences here? I'm talking about the meaning. Are they different from each other? In the meaning, no. Okay, but in the grammar, when you see here, this sentence is longer than the second one. Okay, as you can see here, we have added has been. Okay, also the ing here. Okay, and the second one, we removed all the here like has been and of course the ing. John works all night. Okay, so when you pronounce these sentences sometime in English, I'm talking in English, okay, you need to stress some words or certain words, okay, in different places, okay, in different places. But look here, at the first sentence here, John has been working all night. So when I stress starting with John, okay, and work here, all night also is stressed. Very good. Why? Because today, as I said earlier, we will talk about stress. And what do we mean by stress? Okay, it means that when we pronounce the word, okay, it means that we say the word louder or more louder, okay, clearer, even clearer than the other words, okay. The other words, for example, here, as I said right now, John has been working all night. Very good. Now, here, look at this chart or this diagram now. Okay, when we talk about the word stress, what do I mean by word stress? Here, the word stress, it accent on one syllable in a word. Okay, so I stress one syllable in a word. For example, look here, sign up. Do you remember the phrasal verbs we talked about? Okay, and we said that if the phrasal verb function as a noun, we have to stress the first, okay, the first particle, not the second one. Okay, for example, where is the sign up sheet? Okay, sign up sheet. Okay, but if it functions like a verb, then I have to stress the second particle here, which is up. Okay, I want to sign up in this class. Okay, I want to sign up in this class. So here, the word stress is different from when I accent or stress one syllable, okay, in a word. Or sometimes, for example, another example than sign up, for example, when you say happy, okay, or the word happy. So here, when I stress, for example, the word, okay, so I am stressing the first, for example, two letters here. Ha, saying ha, happy, okay? So I am happy. So here, when I stress the HA, for example, here, you are stressing using the word stress, While today, inshallah, we will talk about something different, which is called sentence stress. Sentence stress is different. Why? Because I am focusing or stressing on words within the sentence, the same sentence. Okay, so here we said that one syllable, okay, but here we accent or stress on words. It could be 1, 2, even 3 words in or within a sentence. For example, a teacher, okay. So now I am stressing the teacher himself, okay, and we are going to see when do we stress, why we haven't stressed, for example, a, okay, and why did we stress, for example, teacher, okay. So we are going to say a teacher here, so I am stressing on the teacher himself, okay. So let's start now by seeing what do I mean by sentence stress, okay. Of course, we will start with type of words or types of words, okay. We have 2 types actually. The first one is called function word, okay, function word. And actually when we talk about function word, it means that we need words that give us grammar, okay, or give us structure, for example, as you can see here, okay. For example, when I'm talking about function words, like, for example, articles, okay, prepositions, and so on, we are going to see what do we mean by function words. Also, we have the content words, which is the lexical one, when we talk about the content words here. So we have number one, we're talking about the function, and number two, okay, content words, okay, content words. And when we stress the sentence, or we use the sentence stress, okay, we focus on this one, okay, we focus on the content words. Very good. Now we will move and see how we can use the content words and stress them in a sentence. For example, as you can see here, what do I mean by content words? I mean lexical, as I said earlier, okay. So here, as you can see, these features in the content words, look, we have stressed that strong form when talking about strong forms with using the vowels, for example, okay, using the vowels. We are going to see how we can pronounce or stress the content words, okay. Also, we are focusing also on the meaning itself, okay, emphasize the meaning, or the content words give us the meaning. Without them, without the content words I'm talking about, okay, you cannot understand the meaning of the sentence, okay. So you need the content word and stress the content word if you want to know the meaning. It gives us, or it gives us the meaning of the sentence itself, okay. Of course, what do I mean by content words? Okay, here we have nouns like school, okay, cars, and so on, nouns. Main verbs also are content words. Adjectives. Also we have negative words like not and never, and adverbs. So all of these nouns, main verb, adjectives, negative words, and adverbs are called content words, and we use stress or focusing on them by using the stress, as we said earlier, the strong form of the stress here, okay. And do not forget that with the content words, it gives us the meaning. What about the function words when I'm talking about grammar or talking about structure, okay? So do you remember the first sentences or two sentences we studied earlier in this lesson, okay? John has been working all night, okay? So here, when I'm talking about this one, now the function word has been working all, or using the ing here, okay? This is unstressed, actually, using the weak form. We cannot stress to find out or to focus on these things or these words I'm talking about, okay? So why? Because these words give us the structure, okay? Structure. Why? We could remove them just like what we did in the first two sentences. John works all night, okay? So we could understand the meaning of this without adding any function word, for example, okay? John works all night, okay? So here, as you can see, what are the function words? Okay, here I'm talking about articles like a and the, even prepositions in, on, and so on. Pronouns, they, we. Also auxiliary verbs like do, is, and be careful about this, because if you use the negative, for example, isn't, okay, so we have to pronounce this or stress this because we use the not, okay, and conjunctions, which when we link, okay, so we call all function words, okay, like the linking one that link words and sentences together. But remember, we cannot stress the function word. We only stress the content words, okay? Now we will see here the same one, as you can see, John has been working all night. John has been working all night. As you can see, the blue one here is called content words. Okay, the blue one. What about has been and the ing? I'm talking about the ing form, of course. Here I'm talking about the gerund, for example, or using the ing itself. So here has been, the ing also is what? The function words. The function words. So here I could change this. I could change and I could even remove them, and still you can understand. You can understand, for example, this sentence. Okay, what do I mean by this one? Here, look, for example, has been ing. Can you understand this one here? This sentence, for example. You cannot, okay? But if you added, so, for example, here, like what we did here, John, okay, noun, has been work, okay, and all night. Okay, now you can understand the meaning of this sentence. What if I removed has been, for example, and the ing, of course, here? Okay, so for example, I would write like here, this one, okay, John, okay, works all night. Sorry. So here, as you can see, content word give us the meaning of the sentence, and we cannot remove them from the sentence. While the function words, okay, it gives us a correct, grammatically, I'm talking about correct sentence, grammatically, okay? So we could remove the function words, as you can see here, and we cannot, for example, using the stress on the function words, Okay, very good. Now, we will move now to pronunciation. We will see how we can pronounce these, as I said, content, or see the difference between content and function words, okay, in 6 sentences here. Okay, you are going to practice now pronunciation. We are going to practice how you can pronounce or you can read, of course, these sentences. Why? Because, as I said earlier, in English, you need to stress some words to deliver ideas, okay, or deliver the good meaning of what do you mean by saying this sentence, for example, okay? So you need to use the stress in this situation, okay? So now you are going to listen to the practice here, to the exercise, and then inshallah we will practice together. Are you ready? Let's go.
Page 87. 6. Pronunciation. In a sentence, content words are words with clear meanings, such as nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. They are usually stressed. Function words like articles, auxiliary verbs, pronouns, and prepositions join content words into sentences. They are usually not stressed. Listen and practice.
1. 3 experienced climbers went hiking in the middle of a snowstorm. 2. The weather conditions are favorable for hikers in May and June. 3. In December, the mountain is covered in snow and ice. 4. Temperatures can drop below freezing at this time of year. 5. Most of the Mount Hood rescue workers are volunteers. 6. There is no charge for these rescues.
Very good. Now, can you recognize or differentiate between the function and the content words? Very good. For example, take this one here. This is the easiest one, I think, okay? There is no charge for these rescues. There is no charge for these rescues. So here, as you can see, I am focusing on or stressing on no charge, okay? Also on rescues, okay? So there is no charge for these rescues. So here, sometime I need to focus or emphasize the content word in a sentence to deliver the meaning, okay? To deliver the meaning. Imagine that you don't have stress. You would read the sentence here, okay, just like this. There is no charge for these rescues, okay? I'm not saying it fast, okay, but I'm trying to give you, there is no charge, as you can see here, there is no charge for these rescues, okay? So here you would understand that the meaning here, when I'm talking about this sentence, the no charge, it means that I am focusing on the meaning. I'm focusing on no charge, and it's free for these rescues, okay, for these rescues. I would like you to practice doing and try to pronounce all the six here sentences, and inshallah you will get better and better inshallah by practicing them. I would like to thank all of you for watching us today, and inshallah I will see you at the next lesson. Goodbye.